Gosh darn it, hold on. Well, hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay. He's back at it again. Minnesota Vikings football online and on the air all across the SSN. As you see from the left side of your screen, we got a lot of stuff to get to. It is the second best time of the NFL year as the mock draft number 1 is out. And we'll see where the experts, we say that with air quotes, have everybody else going, and that's very nice. Will Anderson Jr., the best linebacker, going to the Bears and keep him out of the division. Bryce Young to the Jets. You got Will Anderson, the number 1 overall, falling down to the Bears. Oh boy, Jalen Carter going to the Raiders. You got CJ Stroud going to the Texans. Right on Miles Murphy, as if they need another defensive lineman, going to the Pac-Town. Paris Johnson. You got Noah Sewell. I don't think there's a relation to Penny Sewell. There might be. So that'll be cool. They have the Sewell brothers, if it is indeed true. Jordan Addison going to the Jags. Cam Smith being taken by the first user team to draft here. The San Francisco 49ers. Just want to make sure that there's no other. There isn't. Okay, so as we keep trucking along here, they have the Vikings taking Cody Mock, left guard from North Dakota State. He's a 6'6", 305 beefeater there in the middle. And then Andrew Voorhees. So 2 left guards with the first 2 picks when we have a lot more holes on this team than that. Oh boy. I would much rather have Peter Skoronski, or Skoronski, however you want to say it. We'll just call him Skolonski. And then I don't think anybody else has a first round pick. The Chiefs and the Ravens do not appear here. So yeah, but that's not until the end of the year to get excited about that. But as you can tell, we have a whole bunch of stuff to get to on the left side of this screen, and we're going to go through everything top to bottom. Weekly awards for his performance last week against those gosh darn Eagles there in the second half. Trayvon Diggs had 8 tackles, 3 picks, one of them for 6, and he is awarded NFC Defensive Player of the Week, the only player from the teams that we follow to get awarded as such. Dak Prescott, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Joe Burr, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and then James Jr., AFC Defensive Player of the Week by way of Los Angeles Chargers of Anaheim. In week 1, it was Trevor Lawrence. San Francisco dominated that game there. 7 pass touchdowns, 2 picks, and then AJ Terrell, 2 picks, 1 6. That's what we're just going to call it now, 2 picks, 1 6. And then coming down here, we got some trade offers for Jaron Kearse, who, of course, is the float safety here. He'll play linebacker. Okay, that's a terrible offer. Jacksonville wants to give us Jamal Agnew. That's not going to happen, so we'll go from there. He's just kind of our float safety. He'll play free. He'll play maybe a little bit of corner. I've seen him line up, or saw him line up in the linebacker spot last week. The Patriots have signed kicker Riley Patterson from our practice squad, and then linebacker Zach Bond goes to the Jaguars of Florida. So there you have it. Good news for the team as we come back up here. The Minnesota Vikings will get KJ Osborne back for this game at home, and it's just Eric Hendricks with the torn pectoral on the IR. Not really slated for a return as of yet. It looked very, very hopeful that he'd be able to come back, but after that MRI and the surgery happened, it's apparent his season is indeed done. For the Lions, hashtag must be nice. No injuries to speak of in the Lions' den. Coming from the kitty litter box that is Ford Field in Detroit. You got to stop these kitties. It's a very winnable game on paper, as you can see on the left side. sub 80s for everything rated by the NFL. The Minnesota's 87 offense, 84 defense, 85 overall should take care of them on paper. We've seen weirder things. The Packers are 0-2. A basement of the division. You love to see it. The Vikings are 2-0. We own the number one spot in the NFC North. And then, of course, the Lions and the Bears are mid-range, 1-1. It is the 1-1 Detroit Lions, as mentioned prior to. Excuse me. Going up against the Minnesota Vikings here, 2-0 at US Bank Stadium. Kickoff. Who's next? Well, hello and welcome, everybody. The US Bank Stadium will play host to this NFC North matchup. Jared Goff and the Lions, Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. It doesn't get any bigger, it doesn't get any better, and it doesn't get any more competitive than the NFC North. Old Glory will be waving down on the field. Lots of storylines to follow in this game. TJ Hawkinson playing against his former team. Kirk Cousins, the interceptions, as Minnesota is now debuting their black and yellow kicks for the first time this season. Brand new. Provided to the team by Equinox Wireless, one of our sponsors here for this season. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. Going back to Kirk Cousins, as he was the focal point of that little section there. 4 interceptions on the season, 2 in each of the last 2 games against these gosh darn Packers and these scumbag Eagles. For Minnesota's offense, it's about protecting the football. Lots of turnovers, lots of fumbles, lots of picks. For Minnesota's defense, you got to play tighter, man. You cannot allow Jared Goff to throw all over you with some of these weapons he has. And for the Lions offense, it's all about getting your playmakers involved. Amon-Ra St. Brown is gone. Next man up mentality is going to have to happen. And for the Detroit Lions defense, contain JJ and some of these playmakers. Minnesota, boom, kick is away. It's a touchback. And Minnesota will get KJ Osborne back for this game, but Minnesota will take the field first defensively, and we take a look at Jared Goff's numbers for the 2022-2023 season. A couple games in is 49 of 88, 568, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Having a heck of a season so far. And just about half the yardage that Kirk Cousins has. And look at that, already he's covering up the ear holes of his helmet. So an immediate impact being felt here. US Bank Stadium, one of the loudest places to play in the NFL. And Jared Goff starts out in the shotgun, gets the snap. He looks middle, throws middle, caught big hit put on to the running back. Excuse me, going to be DeAndre Swift. And just a gain of 6. Going to bring up 2nd and 4. From the gun, gets the snap. Throw across the middle, caught by the tight end. And you just see it there. Number 27, Jaron Kearse. He's playing linebacker here. He's a swing safety. Just a utility guy being put into any situation. So I got to watch out for that. He used to be one of the best in the league, Jaron Kearse. The I formation for the Lions now. After the completion, DeAndre Swift in the backfield. It will be a play action, and Dalvin Tomlinson will get there. Lewis Cine almost had a pick 6. Dalvin Tomlinson gets there, forces the bad Goff throw. That will stop the clock and give Minnesota a chance to breathe here. Minnesota making some adjustments defensively. It is a short throw across the middle. Caught. Vikings will trip. And, oh my gosh. DJ Chark will get 24 yards down to the 36. And Minnesota Vikings playing a little careless defensively here in the early goings of this season. And here we go. There's another swift run brought down by Dalvin Tomlinson. Actually, sorry, that's Williams. Dalvin Tomlinson wants to hear the Vikings fans. And my heavens, will we ever? Baru. Excuse me. Randy Replay's probably dealing with some sort of a sore throat antiviral infection here today. Minnesota deploys their 4-3 for the first time today. Williams is the back. Goff will get the snap out of the gun. Throw left side caught. Throw left side caught, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So the first 3rd down for this Minnesota Vikings defense here today. We'll see what they want to do here. It is a run, and it is a 1st down. Hicks could not get the right gap, and Williams will take it for the 1st. They needed 1, they got 1. So there you go. Minnesota will go back to their 3-4 here. Harrison Phillips will move 1 spot over. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but it's just what's happening. So Trayvon Diggs will overcommit, and it will be a catch for Jamison Williams, one of the 3 Williams on this team, it seems like, and the Lions will go up 6-0 early. So initially Trayvon Diggs tripped, overcommitted, and that will give Williams the touchdown. Minnesota down 6-0. Snap spot kick. It is good. Yo boy. So on the Monsoon Air scoreboard, after an 8-play, 74-yard drive, it's Detroit 7, Minnesota nothing. 12:14 left to go here in the first quarter. Kirk Cousins ready to take the field as boom. John Fox's kick is away. Cordero Patterson will let it bounce into the end zone. A rare no bring back, and Minnesota will start from the 25. Take a look at Kirk Cousins' numbers here as he points to the fans. Welcome back, Kirk. 82 of 120, 987, 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. So not having the statistical season that you would want here early goings, but all in all, his team is 2-0. At the end of the day, that's the stat that matters. Cordero Patterson starts out behind the line of scrimmage with Cousins in the gun. It is a give to Patterson. Welcome back to the team. He gets up to the 30. Nice little quick run of 5 for the Vikings, and they get this offense moving. You better watch out. They're one of the dangerous teams of the league here so far in the early goings. TJ Hawkinson will do a little motion. It's a Kirk Cousins snap. It's a keeper. Overthrows Adam Thielen. Pressure barreling down. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 now. So a 3rd and 5. Got to get this to a playmaker here. Cordero Patterson out as a wide receiver left in the JJ bunch. Gets the snap. Throws. Caught. Fumble. Oh no. So Okuda will pick up the Patterson fumble. Gotta make sure he had it. This might just be an incomplete pass. Did not make a football move. DJ Chark on the season, 13 catches, 200 yards. Must be nice. JJ had that in 1 game. So here we go. Jared Goff stays in the shotgun. And for this 1st and 10, throws left, caught, wide open. Williams with his 2nd touchdown inside of 3 minutes played. And Jamison Williams lighten up the stat column here today. And you got to think, what was Carlton Davis doing on that left side? He's frustrated at himself, and oh boy, just to make it 14-0. Snap spot kick. It's up and it's good. So 10:45 left to go. We haven't even made it out of the first quarter, and we're already down 2 scores. Lions just getting back there, disrupting the plays. Kirk Cousins out of the gun. Gonna give it to Cordero Patterson, who's turning into the feature back here, as he'll have 2 runs, 18 yards, and 2 first downs here. There it is. Nevertheless, Minnesota in dire straits here. Needing a play. Kirk Cousins from the empty set. Gets the snap. Throws it up for Thielen. Touchdown, Adam Thielen. Another touchdown for Thielen. He's following the defender and spiking it right behind him, as to say, come at me, bro. I got you. Look at that. The poise and the focus to come down with the ball. Adam Thielen will give us something to talk about. The kick to make it 14-7. Snap spot kick. It's all good. As the Lions are in the single back set. Goff gets the snap. And he finally will go down. It's Zadarius Smith will provide the Minnesota Vikings defense their second sack of the season in 3 games. Maybe had the horse collar. Ooh, got to be careful there, Zadarius. Daniil Hunter there as well as some of the defensemen. You see Anzalone or Anzalone, however you want to say it, looks on. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 17. Got from the single back. Gives to Williams again. He's not going to go too far. We'll hold him to 6 here, and that'll be a 3rd down force by this Vikings defense. See what happens here. Goff, shotgun, gets the snap, looks. It's Harrison Phillips, and DJ Wanham will bring him down in another sack. Giving up by this Detroit Lions offensive line. 97 and 98. You got to look out as Harrison Phillips maybe rolled up on his body. Oh my gosh. Came the bionic elbow, and that'll force a punt. So Minnesota's pass rush non-existent in the Packer game. They pick up 1 in the Eagle game, and now they have 2. They're improving game by game. So newly appointed punt returner KJ Osborne, first game back from injury. He's just going to take it out of bounds. It's a very scary thing. Contributor, however you want to look at it, is Jerry Jeudy coming over by way of trade, obviously. Cousins under center gets the snap. It is gonna be a fumble. It's a backwards pass that missed the mark horribly. Well, I got no words. Let's go back into the Randy replay, SSN replay drone, or whatever you want to call it. So as we look at the Dalvin Cook was not expecting this ball. The pressure was barreling down. And it is considered a fumble scooped up by Anzalone. So it is a backwards pass. Oh my goodness. Jared Goff will throw it away. Zadarius Smith right on his heels at the end of 1. It is 14-7 Lions, but they are in the red zone and they are threatening. Kind of looked like Zadarius Smith was there. Obviously he wasn't. Minnesota does it again defensively. Jared Goff will give it to excuse me, Williams, who was upended, and they do it one more time. Here we go, Minnesota. Got to make the best of this. Jared Goff from the gun gets the snap. It's DJ Wanham who's right there, but it's caught for a touchdown across the middle. DJ Shark, do. And they go up big. And they're just standing around. There's 3 or 4 Vikings in the vicinity. You got to stay on your man. You just have to. Just to make it 21-7. Snap spot kick. It is all good. 21-7, 14:35 left to go in the half. But it is what it is. So here we go. Cousins from the gun. Lone setback. Tries to get him to jump. Cousins, we keep saying it. It's not going to work. Quick throw. Got a man. TJ Hawkinson against his own team will get the first down. Now, why this play worked and Hawkinson slow to get up, we're going to go back and take a look at why this play worked so well. As they're taking a while to line up after the TJ Hawkinson slow to get up. So right here, you're going to want to take a look at this linebacker, Okwara. Kirk Cousins is staring him down when he gets the ball. If he goes and pass rushes, he's got a free look at Hawkinson. But if he drops back, he's going to have to make another read. The primary read is Hawkinson here. He goes. As soon as he gets that ball, he's already starting his windup, and he throws it. Wide open Hawkinson, first down. So that is the play design there. That is why this play was ran to such success. Calling out Greg Joseph, 22-yard field goal attempt. Left hash. Greg Joseph, perfect last week. Bangs one in here. It's 21-10. Minnesota's playing better and better as this game goes on defensively. Bring up another 3rd and 8. So 3rd and 8, Minnesota. You need a play. You need it now. Goff from the single empty setback shotgun gets the snap. Looks over his options. Daniil Hunter falls over. He just has all day to throw. He chalks it up. And Diggs will bat it away, going for the ball in the 50-50. That'll force a punt. You hear the Baru. What a play. So Trayvon Diggs will knock it away down near the 5. And there's Jaron Kearse again. KJ Osborne. 2nd punt return in the game. Trying to gain the edge. He will not. He'll go backwards. Minnesota takes over at the 20. They get the ball in 8:31. So we'll see what they want to do with it here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 6. So the Vikings show blitz. They'll back him up. Couple motion men for the Lions. Troy Dye will motion to the left. Goff looks left, throws, big catch. Throws off Lewis, seemed like he's nobody, and Reynolds will score. Josh Reynolds will score. Troy Dye's zone. He maybe hits him in the head. I mean, it looks like he smacked him in the face mask to me. That should be illegal contact in the very least. Anyway, 27-10. This to make it 28. Snap spot kick. It's all good. 28-10, 5:38. Kirk Cousins after the weird turnover, then the weird drive. He hasn't been the same since that weird throw to Dalvin Cook that went behind him for a fumble. And hopefully his psyche isn't rocked here. He's a veteran. He knows how to win games. Cordero Patterson will shed a tackle, get up to the 28 on the return. Manageable. 3rd and 5 now for the Vikings. Cousins from the gun gets the snap. Looking, throwing, picked. Off kilter throw, and Kirk Cousins now has a fumble due to an incomplete backwards throw, and now a interception. And this game's kind of just falling apart here. Here, Kevin O'Connell, and you want to try and get this stop. You need to get this stop. They will drop Daniil Hunter in coverage. Jared Goff throws right side. Caught. Touchdown. Oh, boy. It's Akins again. You put a linebacker on a tight end, especially one like Jordan Hicks, who had a pick against a wide receiver the other night, last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, and here he gives up an easy touchdown. You got to try and play him a little bit tighter. That's the problem here that the Minnesota Vikings defense has. They just don't have a lot of speed. Snap spot kick is down and away. It's good. 35-10 now. My goodness. As you see Kevin O'Connell shooting over, darting looks at the defensive coordinator who has his hands on his head. Here we go. 3rd and 6. You got JJ in the backfield. Kirk gets the snap. Throws left for Hawkinson, who pulls it in traffic. Minnesota takes a quick timeout. So TJ Hawkinson throw as Kirk is getting lit up in the backfield. He pulls it in. Sending a little dagger to your previous team is always a good thing, especially when it's late in the game as this is. So here we go. Minnesota having some success here. 1st and 10 from the 34. 1 timeout remaining. Cousins has a man deep left side. It's caught. JJ, we get a gritty. Touchdown, Vikings! And who else? You go to your playmakers in big spots, and JJ comes through for you. 35-17 pending the kick. What a perfect ball and a catch. A little bit further away than JJ would have liked. He's good for about one a game. These big throws to JJ. Greg Joseph to tack on the extra point to make it 35-17. Snap, spot, kick. It's all good. 28 seconds left to go here first half. Jared Goff from the gun gets the snap. He looks right, looks left, throws middle. Caught. And I mean, what did I just tell? Punched out Lewis Seen, and it's Javon Holland who's going to take it out of bounds right in front of Kevin O'Connell. That's Jalen Johnson. Sorry, my apologies. And he just stands like nothing ever happened, like he's just a spectator on the sideline. So here we go. Short throw, actually a big throw across the middle. In comes Lewis Seen, punches the ball out from behind. I thought it was Javon Holland. It's Jalen Johnson from behind, and my heavens, what a play. Minnesota. So what do you do here? Obviously got the ball in pretty good field position. You just had a big play from JJ, Bay, and we'll see what they want to do here. Kirk Cousins from the gun. Cordero Patterson to his right. Waiting. Gets the snap. And Cousins will try and run. I mean, he's just trying to keep this clock moving. I mean, I get it, and that'll be the end of the first half. Minnesota will get the ball on the other side of the break after turning over the Detroit Lions to hold the score at 35-17. Kirk's not going to get that with his legs, right? Looking around the league at your early slate of games in Chicago, Houston was pouring it on early. They score again, 27-10. Davis Mills, 4 touchdowns in that one. My goodness. As we go to the southeast in Carolina, it is Nollins down. The Aints are choking this one away. Andy Dalton with an interception. Sam Darnold with a pick. A touchdown rather in that one. So there you go. As we even go further south, Buffalo was up big early. They've continued that trend as they are leading 21-7, just about ready to go into the half. And hello and welcome back to the booth. Randy Replay back here at the halftime break. 35-17 Detroit up over your Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins, we talked about it during the game. I think we finally found out the culprit of why the Minnesota Vikings are the way that they are. And my humblest opinion that it is the defense. And he's got a QB rating of 105.7. It is 20 of 30. 73% completion percentage for those of you that didn't know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. 246 yards. Also had that weird fumble on the backwards pass to Dalvin that he never turned around for. Maybe didn't know he was getting. Either way, in the rushing game, Dalvin Cook, 8 for 53. Cordero Patterson, 4 for 17. JJ, 2 for 4 off those end arounds. In the receiving game, Cordero Patterson actually leading the team out of the running back spot, 6 for 37. JJ has 5 for 85 and a touchdown. We do get it gritty against the Motor City Kitties. Adam Thielen, 4 for 38 and a touchdown as well. Nobody cares about blocking. Going to go to defensive look at total tackles. It's Troy Dye with 8, Jordan Hicks with 5. DJ Wanham, Carlton Davis, Javon Holland, Jalen Johnson, and Harrison Phillips each with 3 tackles for loss. We've had 3 today. Harrison Phillips, DJ Wanham, and Zaza Darius. 2 sacks coming across the defensive front for the Vikings. Zadarius Smith owns 1 himself, and then Harrison Phillips and DJ Wanham split another. Yeah, Danielle Hunter held out of every really measurable stat category. No interceptions yet for the Minnesota Vikings in this game. We did have some pass deflections. 2, one by Jerry Jeudy and 1 by Lewis Seen. 1 forced fumble by Lewis Seen, scooped up by Jalen Johnson. No safeties, no block kicks, no touchdowns for the Minnesota Vikings defense here today. Greg Joseph, first half, lights out. 1 for 1, longest of 22. And then 2 for 2 on those extra points. For Minnesota, the pass rush needs to get there. That's the biggest thing that I want to see. I want to see Danielle Hunter with a tackle for loss or a sack. You know, he's the highest paid member of this defensive line, and he's not playing up to that contract. So I want to see Danielle Hunter get moving. For the offense, you haven't really turned the ball over too much, just 2. You are -1 in the take give. I want to see you hold on to the ball and score a couple touchdowns, get back into this thing. If we're treating this like the Eagles game, we were down 35-17 at the half. We held the Eagles to 3 points in the third quarter. It's eerily similar to last week. And then we won at 39-38. And there you have it. So Minnesota has been in this situation before. Just last week, 35-17 at the half. Just do what you did last week. Trayvon Diggs, get 3 picks and a pick 6, and go score points on offense. This has been Randy Replay, second half kickoff. Who's next? So Cousins, under center. Quick throw left side. Picked off. And JJ, you got to get in front of your defender there. He does not. We've seen that a lot this season, and he just undercuts the route. JJ usually comes down with those, and Minnesota turns the ball over for the 3rd time here today. And Jared Goff will be under center for this 1st and 10. And it is a run. And he's just not even going to try, and he walks right into the end zone. Carlton Davis didn't even try to tackle him as Williams will score, putting him up 41-17. And Carlton Davis just letting Lewis Seen was there as well, but he was blocked. I blame Carlton Davis for that one. He's all over the field, missing tackles, missing coverage. Anyway, this to make it 42-17. The snap spot kick is away. It's good. What else is new? 42-17. Minnesota giving up a 1-play 17-yard drive after the Kirk Cousins interception. Put the blame on Kirk. Put the blame on JJ. Either way, it is a turnover. And Patterson will be now 5 yards deep in the end zone. He'll take it out. Gets hit hard. He'll bring this one up to the 22, and we'll try it again for the 1st down. 11:05 left to go. Minnesota threatening, but I mean, if you want to win this game, you got to score now. There's Dalvin again, and JJ goes down, holding his rib cage, non-contact injury. He's not involved in the play, and Minnesota's best player just went down. As he leaves the field, we will clap as the rest of US Bank Stadium collectively does so, and Justin Jefferson leaves the field of play. We will get an injury update to you as soon as we can. That will bring in KJ Osborne, wide receiver number 4. Oh my heavens. Kirk Cousins from the gun gets the snap momentarily. There it is. And Patterson will be brought down very, very quickly. In the same formation, Kirk Cousins from the gun gets the snap. Throws middle, caught Cordero Patterson. That will be a Minnesota Vikings touchdown, and we go inching closer to where we need to be for this team. Kirk Cousins, his 3rd touchdown toss of the game against his 2 interceptions. He really had a couple that really could have been picked, and then, of course, the fumble on the backwards throw. Greg Joseph's kick is good. 42-24. We got a palindrome score here. However you look at it, forwards or backwards, it's the same, much like Zero Res for all of your carpet needs. Call Zero Res, 1-800-0-RES, spell it forward and backwards, it's all the same. Greg Joseph will kick it away. 9:38 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and another touchback. He has not had a kickoff that came out of the end zone. It's got to be an NFL record. So the swing safety, Jaron Curse, he'll line up just about anywhere on this defense where he's needed. Jared Goff, big throw, picked off. Trayvon Diggs, his 4th in 3 games. And the trade of Harrison Smith seems to pay dividends, as Trayvon Diggs has now caught his 4th interception. This one, I'm not privy to the name of the wide receiver, but it's deployed by Minnesota. There will be a change in formation by the Lions. Minnesota is not going to care. Throw right side caught. Touchdown, Akins. His second of the game. And it doesn't matter what Minnesota does. They just can't get back into this thing. This to make it 49-24. Snap spot kick. You guessed it. It's all good. They just can't get back into it. They are moving the ball here. Kirk Cousins in the shotgun, flanked by Patterson to his right. To give it to Patterson. Patterson scores his first touchdown as a running back of the Minnesota Vikings. Welcome back, Cordero. And he struts his stuff and... okay. I don't know what that was, but anyway, Cordero Patterson 4 yards out for the score. And if anything, it makes it a little bit more interesting on paper. Minnesota keeping the offense out there, going for 2. And why wouldn't you? So here we go. Cousins. Shotgun. Gets the snap. Looks. Throws for Hawkinson. Dropped. Anzalone got a hand in there. He had the right read. Anzalone just came underneath after the ball was thrown. Funnel. And here's a field goal opportunity. Just to put him up 22 rather. Snap spot kick. You know it's good. So now 3-4 scores separate the Vikings from victory. So Greg Joseph on to attempt the longest of his career. Ideal conditions, 62-yarder. He hit a 61 in preseason. Kick is away. It's good. Greg Joseph with a 62-yarder. Honestly, this thing could have been good from 65. Williams will now have 100 on the day. And here we go. Jared Goff. Flushed. Jared Goff throws. Incomplete. They finally forced. And Jared Goff is injured. We're going to go back. I don't think he was hit. He had DJ Wanham. Oh, yeah. He was brought down by DJ Wanham. And immediately stood up and grabbed his right hamstring and or thigh area. So that'll force a punt. Jared Goff, for the moment, will be out of the game. Jaron Kearse is watching the fake because Dan Campbell likes to bite the ankles and the kneecaps. So third return for KJ Osborne will just about go nowhere here. Cousins. Snap corral. Throws. Caught KJ Osborne. And now they'll take a breather as Osborne is slow to get up, but he does get the first down. And this pocket is just degrading at an alarming rate for Kirk Cousins. So now the breather comes in. Xavier Rhodes on the tackle. Much overlooked storyline here. Xavier Rhodes returned to Minnesota. So he used to play here, but now he's on the other side. Throws, batted away. That was probably not the best read. He tried to get it over at least, just didn't work. So here we go. Kirk Cousins under center. Just tries to get rid of it and he can't. And another sack. And Ovazurike or Orukororye, whatever you want to say it, it's up to you. He'll get another sack and Minnesota kicked out, literally, of a third and short. This is definitely 2-down territory. Kirk Cousins from the gun gets the snap. Throws out of bounds. He threw it away, and that'll be an incompletion. 4th and 22 now. And they're going to keep the offense out there. So 4th and 22. Kirk Cousins remains. Gets the snap. And gets sacked. What else is new? Who else but Anzalone kicks the door in, making fun of Danielle Hunter. And Minnesota here in the fourth quarter, especially this offensive line, the culprit. And it's something that Randy Replay is going to pin this loss on. And this game is just falling apart here for Minnesota. And that is exactly what they will do. Williams will score his third touchdown, I do believe, of the day. And he just let him walk in. I don't get it. Just to make it 59-33. Snap spot kick. You're not an idiot. You can see it. It's all good. And so toes in is the call on the field. Throws picked. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Thought he saw, I think it was Jerry Jeudy is who he was throwing to. It was Jeudy and KJ Osborne over there. Just put it behind Jeudy, and it's picked off. So that will be the end. Pending any weirdness, Minnesota will lose, fall to 2-1 on the season. We travel to London. Are you kidding me? Get him. And we're not facing we're not facing Williams next week. We are facing a much better running back next week. We have got to be prepared. And this kind of defensive output, we're going to walk out of London 2-2. As it's an end around. Jordan Hicks telegraphed it. It doesn't matter. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and there's the end of the game. So 59-33. Kevin O'Connell's first loss as a head coach. Coming here in week 3. He's now 2-1 on the season. Kirk Cousins meeting with a couple of Lions players. 59-33. 4 turnovers for the Minnesota Vikings. 5 including the fumble. As they go back, tasting defeat for the first time this season. We're going to get you into these player stats. We'll get you out of here so that you can go home, cry, do whatever you were going to do after this football game. Kirk Cousins, for all intents and purposes, ends the game with a decent QB rating of 91.5. He is 40 of 57. That was 70% completion percentage for those of you that didn't know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. And a sub 500, just shy of 500 yards, 484. A lot of that coming in the garbage time quarter of the number 4 variety. 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Anthony Gordon, 47.9 QB rating, 3 for 4, 2 touchdowns. What the hell? 22 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. It's kind of what I'm going for. A mixture of PA and Corey Provis, the dude that does the Twins, in some of my mannerisms. And then maybe a little bit of Harry Carey in there. Who knows? But yeah, loosely based off Paul Allen with some other people in there. Yeah. Horrible game. Holy cow. Little bad game there. 12 carries for 70 yards. Dalvin Cook. Cordero Patterson, 10 for 33 and a touchdown. The bright spot on this, also had a fumble. The bright spot on this running back core was Cordero Patterson here today. Justin Jefferson left the game with an injury. We'll take a look at that later. 2 carries, 4 yards, and then Kirk Cousins 2 for -7. And then also had the 2 fumbles on the day. Adam Thielen won the passing game in terms of receptions, 13 for 155 and a touchdown. Cordero Patterson, 8 for 55 and a touchdown. JJ, 6 for 91 and a gritty against the Motor City Kitties. KJ Osborne in his first game this year, back from injury, 6 for 84, not a bad output. TJ, 5 for 69. Jerry Jeudy. So we got JJ, we got CP, we got AT, we got KJ. And then, of course, we got CJ and Dalvin. Doesn't make any sense, but what does now after this kind of game? 4 for 44. Dalvin Cook, 1 for 8. Nobody cares about blocking. Gonna go to defense. Look at total tackles, and the Minnesota Vikings have a triple-double. That, of course, being 3 players with double-digit tackles. It's Jordan Hicks with 13, Javal Holland with 11, and Troy Dye with 10. Here in this one, Carlton Davis, one of the worst cornerback play I've seen out of him in this 3 games. With the purple, 8 tackles for him. Lewis Seen with 6, Jalen Johnson with 5, Daniil Hunter, Trayvon Diggs, and Zadarius Smith each had 4. Tackles for loss, we had 4, Daniil Hunter, Harrison Phillips, DJ Wanham, and Zadarius. Sacks, none in the second half. Only 2 on the day. Zadarius with 1, and then Harrison Phillips and DJ Wanham will split another. 1 pick by Trayvon Diggs, his 4th in the first 3 games of the year. 4 pass deflections, rather. Jerry Jeudy, apparently, when he had to come into a defensive mindset after the Kirk Cousins almost interception. Troy Dye, Lewis Seen, and Carlton Davis. Forced fumbles, 1 of them by Lewis Seen, recovered by Jalen Johnson. No block kicks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns from your Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph, 2 for 2 on today. Longest of his career and longest in team history of 62. 3 for 3 on extra points. Punting, Ryan Wright, easy day, 1 punt, 45 yards, netting 45 off the fair catch. I'm not going to really look at kick returns because it is meaningless in a loss. So here we go. Minnesota traveling to London. We leave on Tuesday. And you get a day off at least. Monday you can sit at home and watch football. Hopefully you will do some research, because if you're the defense, you'll spend your off day trying to figure out how you're going to contain Alvin Kamara and some of these other weapons that New Orleans is going to bring across the pond to London town. This has been Randy Replay. This presentation was a presentation of the NFL on the SSN. Any rebroadcast, reusage, or redistribution of said broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its subsidiaries. We'll get you back to the main screen, preview London Town game, and get you caught up with how long JJ is going to be out. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings lose 59-33. I'll see you in just a minute. Hello and welcome back to the main screen. Randy Replay's voice getting a little bit worse as this goes on here. We do have an injury to report, as now both the Vikings and the Lions are 2-1 on the season. Everybody, let's hope JJ's not kept out for too long. Oof. Justin Jefferson, abdominal tear, out 5 weeks. So we lose our deep threat. Caught a touchdown in every game this week. He will be held out until week 9. Well, you can bring him back then, or I would suggest to wait until week 10. Depending on what the team looks like, you put him on IR and you preserve him for next season. I don't think it'll be a complete downfall, but yeah, I mean that this type of defense will not carry you through a season. And we're just lucky we have a potent offense to get the job done. They just didn't do it here today. So the Vikings lose 59-33 to the Lions. Early action still underway here. Final scores are not posted to the board. Dalvin Cook is your number 1 running back as of now. Adam Thielen, your number 1 wide receiver. Justin Jefferson, number 2 in the league. Oh boy, that sucks. Aiden Hutchinson got a couple sacks today. Trayvon Diggs leads the league in picks, and with 5. And then Kirk Cousins, your number 1 quarterback in terms of yardage. He now has 8 touchdowns on the season. So this board takes a little bit of time to update once our game wraps up here. So hopefully that'll be filled in shortly. Yeah, going back to what oh no, JJ. Yeah, Vikings fan line tuning in. They're not happy about JJ missing 5 weeks. Putting him out until the other side of the bye week. Going back to what I was saying, this type of defense that the Minnesota Vikings play, it's not going to suffice. It will not carry you through a whole season, and now we're seeing that come to fruition as they let across 59. In the Packer game, in the Eagle game, we're just lucky that they stepped up when they did, and Kirk Cousins was potent enough to get us the points needed to win the game. So, yeah, you're going to have to tighten that up, maybe look at some personnel and move some pieces around. I do like Jaron Kearse being a float safety. We saw him all over the field today. In the linebacking core, we saw him at free safety. We saw him at strong safety. I do believe he played corner 1 or 2 downs. So Jaron Kearse getting in here and playing all over the field, being that utility guy on the defensive side. I do believe that will just about do it. Minnesota suffers defeat for the first time this season. We travel to London, like I said, in a couple days here. And we play the Aints next week before coming back to play another divisional rival at home in week number 5. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in the next one.